In America today, food is getting more expensive. Families on the edge are stuck in a squeeze. At the same time, the federal program meant to help, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is under threat. What happens when food stamps don't stretch? Inflation rises, and the safety net frays. Today, we dive into how rising grocery prices, budget battles in Washington, and changing policies are putting millions of Americans at risk. This is Decoded Media. Let's break it down. First, let's talk inflation. The cost of food has surged in recent years. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, average food prices rose by about 3.1% in the 12 months ending September 2025. While 3.1% may seem modest, families who already spend a large share of their income on groceries feel every percentage point. For low-income households, food can take up 30% of income, far above the national average of 12.9%. And yet, for many families, assistance from SNAP isn't keeping pace. A recent Urban Institute report found that SNAP benefits didn't cover the cost of food in 98% of U.S. counties. Grains, vegetables, dairy, everything costs more. And when your benefit is fixed, your buying power falls. Before the pandemic, food inflation was already creeping. But then came the pandemic, supply chain problems, labor shortages, and prices jumped. The Thrifty Food Plan, the benchmark used to set SNAP benefits, rose significantly in 2021, but benefits still lag behind real costs. For many households, the math is grim. Fewer dollars to spend, higher prices to pay. So they make hard choices. What to buy, what to skip, whether to rely more on food banks or community programs. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is the largest federal food aid program in the U.S. It serves more than 42 million people monthly. In fiscal year 2024, the federal government spent about $100.3 billion on SNAP. But it's not just about dollars, it's purchasing power. One study found that at the end of 2023, many families on SNAP were short about $49 per month in meeting food costs, and most counties across the country saw benefits fall short of actual grocery costs. Additionally, recent policy shifts threaten to shrink access and value even further. In July 2025, a law backed by President Donald Trump expanded work requirements, which the Congressional Budget Office estimates could cut food stamp access for 2.4 million Americans. At the same time, states are warning that if the federal government shutdown continues, SNAP benefits could run out as early as November, affecting tens of millions of people. The safety net is showing cracks, and many of the people standing in those cracks are children, veterans, older adults, and rural families. In effect, for millions, the difference between getting by and falling behind could come down to whether their food aid card gets funded this month. Meet Sarah, a mother of two in rural Montana. She works 40 hours a week at a local plant. But with grocery bills rising and rent increasing, her SNAP benefit is stretched. She has to choose between healthier foods and cheaper carbs. Meet James, a veteran in Florida who relies on food stamps because his disability keeps him from working full-time. He worries whether the benefit will arrive each month. These aren't isolated cases. Behind the numbers are human stories. Families putting off medical care, skipping meals, or relying on food banks that are already past capacity. In a recent survey, 27% of Americans reported skipping meals because of rising food costs. When SNAP works, it not only feeds kids, it boosts local economies. One USDA analysis found that each additional dollar of SNAP benefits generated an extra $1.54 in economic activity during weak economic times. So the stakes are high, not just for individuals, but for communities and the broader economy. The government shutdown threatens to cut off benefits entirely for November. A man-made disaster, according to food aid advocates. What's really at stake, beyond groceries, is stability, health, and dignity. When families can't plan meals, when school lunches become the only reliable food source, when veterans or seniors skip meals so others can eat. These are not abstractions. They are consequences of policy choices. We must ask, what kind of society do we want? One where food is guaranteed, or one where food is conditional? At the end of the day, food assistance is more than nourishment. It's social insurance. When it fails, the fallout is household by household, community by community. If this video helped you understand a piece of the picture, hit subscribe, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share so others can decode the media that shapes our lives.